but then there would be no need.
Hello and good evening for all mankind. Season 4, episode 5, Goldilocks is over, and it has been since 2023. But here in 2025 on Live Long and Podcast, we're just getting started. Whether you're joining us live on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, or catching the audio version wherever you get your podcasts, our mission to watch every episode of For All Mankind continues. One Soviet power struggle, one black market hustle, and one fractured colony at a time. The year is 2003, and a massive asteroid in iridium becomes humanity's prize, sparking political fallout and a race to capture it in Mars orbit. Now, here's the guy who watched an asteroid become humanity's prize, Miles gamble with smuggling, and Ed Baldwin loses command. Still wondering if Mars can hold together under the weight of ambition and grief. I'm your host, Dave Mader. And we got our panel all here. Well, they're on. One's late, but she'll be here. We'll introduce her last. Starting off here, our spiritual compass, weighing the cost of mercy against the burden of command. If trust is currency, he's tracking the exchange rate. From asteroid politics to Mars compromises, he's asking whether loyalty is ever enough. It's Kevin Millard.
What I'm really asking is, do I like this season now? I don't know. I'm confused.
You
got me conflicted.
Danielle told Ed to.
Oh, I love that final scene.
I was like, that's for Kevin, right? That scene right there.
That was the best part, really.
Yeah, and we got to see Danny have a slow, sad death, whatever that did it for you. But we'll get all into it.
It for me too, just so you know.
Oh, as we segue way over to our technologist who doesn't blink at taking a TV apart at 3:30 in the morning. But when the asteroid capture plans strain the system and the comms go dark, he's not patching the network. He's questioning the source code. It's Jody Simpson.
Hello, Dave.
Hello.
I hear you're a champion.
I am. Well, we share that together, Jody.
Oh,
you know, along with maybe this next man we'll bring in here. He's tracking the fault lines beneath the mission from Miles smuggling to Dev's disruption. Alternate timelines. He's watching the moral ones, who gets forgiven, who gets forgotten, and who gets paid. And yes, when Kelly weighs family against duty, he's saying, I don't know if I need more Kelly scenes. It's Jeff Mader.
Exactly.
Hey. I liked this episode a lot. It was high up there for me on the new season. High score coming my way.
I thought it was a good use of like the flashbacks and the the present day stuff that they were kind of following along, and how those two stories really interconnected.
It felt very losty.
Felt a little bit like Lost, yes, with the flashbacks. All we need is that big wave sound in between scenes there to really pull it together. Of course, he's with us here. He's not just reading the terrain. He's watching the fault lines from Ottawa to Happy Valley, tracking the quiet revolutions, the economic undercurrents, and the moves no one sees coming until it's too late. It's Adam Woodward.
Hey, you guys. I'll tell you about what I think about this episode. I liked it, but the pace, I would have liked it better if it was a little quicker.
Yeah, it was a lot of talking. It was not a lot of action per se. It was a lot of like setup and kind of pulling together other plot lines. But it was like they really let the cast, I guess, go at it here in some cases. In particular with the Baldwin, I guess, pool dynamic in particular. So,
and one more thing on this is like, you mentioned about Danny earlier on here. I don't know what the purpose was in this episode to bring that up. They could have done it 2-3 episodes
ago. Yeah.
I think that this is because this is the episode where Danielle and Ed really have their schism, and it kind of ties back to this earlier. It ties back to even Gordo, right? Even before, it's Danny specifically, right? The Bobs, right? The high Bobs are, finally broken. They're not bobbing per se at the moment. So I think that's why
later in the season too, like why they kind of did this. Like
I get it. Although I was like, I think you could have done a lot of this stuff at the beginning, but it was kind of interesting to see a lot of like these season 3 looks and people and everything else come back. So anyway, we're gonna get all into it and bringing in our last member of the panel. She's here. She's watching Kelly wrestle with motherhood, Ed wrestle with tremors, and Danielle wrestle with command. All while wondering if Happy Valley's real problem is that everyone's hustling and no one's leading. Style meets steel. It's Heather Narduzzi.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I seem to be having some technical issues, so hopefully it'll be good now. If I drop out, you'll know why.
Okay, well, you're on standby here. We got to keep the comms focused for the next little while here as we're going to break down this episode For All Mankind. This came out on December 8th, 2023, exactly 2 years ago today. The 35th episode overall, and it's written by Eric Phillips and directed by Sylvain White. And so, yeah, this episode's called Goldilocks. It's very much about this Goldilocks discovery of this asteroid that has iridium, which is promising to bring in this new technological boom for Earth and a whole new revolution. We got Al Gore, as famously he claimed he invented the internet. He also claims he discovered this asteroid, which causes a lot of political issues here for NASA. So everyone's working around that. We got the stuff with Miles and Ilya, and Ilya no longer trusts Miles because he figured out he's running that jewelry racket behind his back. Kelly and Dev and Kelly's son, not in that order, but they're all going to Mars together. That was also established in this episode. And as we've been talking about, Ed and Danielle, they are the Bobs are broken here. They she's telling him to F off. He's very upset with her, but he's all completely in the wrong. And a lot of that broken out here, and the flashbacks around what happened with Danny. So and that was like the saddest thing I think with me was all the stuff with Danny. I hadn't seen him in a while. It's been 5 episodes since the last.
Just
Danny
reminded me, I'm glad he's not on it anymore.
He only has like 3 lines, like really. Like he has can I come back? And she's like, no. And he's like, oh, and then he dies. So
no, you're banished.
Yeah. And we can debate all that. Did anyone dislike the episode or was sort of meh on it, or was that
just what Adam said? The pacing wasn't very good. It was like, you'd have like a pretty especially how they started the episode. Like they started the episode with the whole, which we'll see shortly, but the whole satellite, them finding this anomaly in space, and then it turns out what it is. But you have that, so it's kind of exciting. And then you go into, let's talk about feelings, and then let's talk about how her kid needs to come with her because he has all these weird respiratory issues or something. Probably because he was born on Mars or near Mars.
It's kind of an interesting thing that they set up here is that people born on Mars could potentially be more climatized to Mars. This is they do this in the show The Expanse too, where people born on Mars or in the asteroid belt stuff, like they're because they can't even go back to Earth. Like they pretty much have to live where they live after that because they would die.
They have the same problem that what's her name has in the Orville, where gravity's different.
Right, the gravity it's sort of because when she leaves her home planet, she has to choose whether she can ever go back again, right?
Yeah,
without special technology. So a couple of things there. I know that we've been sort of do we care about them mining asteroids and companies making money? I think
I do not.
I know. Like when they talk about like the technological boom from the iridium, I'm like, what exactly does that mean? What does that give us now? What the ability to do what? Not just make money. I think that's more what I want explanation on about, what's the next step here. I guess is because they've been setting up that like, NASA's budget got kind of gutted by Congress, and maybe a new revenue stream here for NASA is what they're also trying to.
It sounded like a whole revolutionary for the whole of America, and the world. But I'll have some fun facts on what the uses for iridium later.
Right. They reference it in Star Trek all the time, like iridium ore, etc. But I never really give it much thought.
There's a good chance you have iridium in your car. That's one of the options.
Right. And it mostly comes from Russia, which is also kind of discussed in this episode.
Well, little fun fact ahead of time. If you have a spark plug, you got iridium.
Yeah.
Okay. So all spark plugs have iridium.
Well, all the good ones do.
Yes, good ones.
What do the bad ones have?
Not iridium.
Okay.
Dilithium.
Lithium? Dilithium. Well, that sounds pretty good. Or trilithium. Very unstable.
Like no iridium.
No iridium. Yeah. This is a half iridium, really.
You have no iridium. You bought them at Walmart.
Yeah. Like I was left with by the end of the episode really enjoying like how they set it up with like I think the Danny reveal, everything with Ed and Danielle in particular really stuck out for me in this episode. The stuff with
I'm just glad Danny actually said something to him finally. Like
Finally.
It takes forever for her to do anything.
The stuff with Dev, I don't know. Like that was harder for me to really get into.
Mom thing and all that. Yeah.
Him and his mom and his culture, and him going to like that super Kenyan like decorated room, which I was like, this is like they're going full in on the decorations here.
Having a festival or something.
Yeah, So, but like him and his mom's dynamic, and how we find out that when his parents split up, he lived with his dad, not with his mom, and that caused some friction with them because he's pursuing his dad's obsession. So, according to her, so we can break that down. But like even though I think the actor does a good job, there's that one scene where Kelly he won't even look at Kelly; he's just looking at the window, and we only get to see him there.
Yeah.
Oh, and the scene with Karen comes back in like the form of a video throwback here, a message she sent to Kelly, presumably, in the last days of
Oh, Adam, you're my favorite.
What about that?
He's like,
Who
cares?
Again. Who cares?
You know what? I wanted to know about Danny 3 episodes ago. I would have liked to see with Karen 3 episodes ago.
I agree.
They made us wait. I don't know what to tell you.
I really wanted to talk about the whole idea of them deciding justice on Danny with no input. Like, they killed him.
If you're going to make me wait this long, he didn't just walk out and commit suicide. Ed killed him and covered it up. He told Ed about the affair. Ed killed him and covered it up. That's what I want if you're going to make me wait.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's got to be a little bit of a spicy death.
But you know what? I don't want to talk about it anymore. They had their chance.
They had their chance to have their big fist fight, and it never happened.
Karen died. Let's move on.
Or maybe there's a cover up here. We'll have to see. Yeah, but like even though I'm not a huge fan of Kelly sometimes in this show, I thought like her watching the message from her mom was strong in her reaction. It was mostly because of Karen or what's her name, the actress? I forget.
Why in her right mind would she even attempt to go back?
Because she's looking for
all
life.
The crap that she's dealt with.
What about that aspect of the show? She's seeking out microbial life on Mars.
Yes, I don't care about her story, but her mission is the one I want to see.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure
but we're going to see her carrying on the proud Baldwin tradition of being a shit parent instead.
Mm-hmm. She's like, well, I'm going to go. Like he's like, for how long? A year? It's like when I go on a business trip. Really, it's a little more, especially when
your heart though. When he says you're never coming back, like Poppy.
Dev is just thinking, why wouldn't you go? Like, forget the kid.
Well, she's already been to Mars, so
this is Adam saying this. This is amazing.
This is a kid that doesn't have a father. Doesn't have a father. Only really has her mother. Has his mother, and then
his Russian grandmother.
I would stay. Like if it's this. They're going anyway. You can do a lot of things virtually.
The last time you were in space, they strapped you to something and shot you up.
Right.
Don't go back.
While pregnant.
And she was So find
But the
another
thing
guy and have
is-
another baby.
Yeah.
The only reason she has to go is because Dev wants to go early. Like he wants to go to Mars. So that he's forcing her to go is the only reason she has to go early. So she wasn't even planning on going at all. She was going to do all of her stuff from Earth.
And I think
Right?
you guys are getting it all wrong because the spiciest scene in this episode for me was Deb and his mother. Like that was some harsh words between the two of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Card if you want some money, and she's like, she just tears it up or whatever, crumples it and throws it on the ground. I want your
I don't
money.
need your damn money.
Yeah. And he doesn't want her judgment. He just, wants his ambition. Like that was kind of the issue there with
I
Devin's
did like
mother.
the fact that we got to see him upset though, which is something that you only ever get to see anger from him, or just
or like just
borderline
like a
boring.
petulant sort of attitude, but like which is kind of
you
what's
see him
kind
and
of
he's
coming through. But-
crying, and he's clearly devastated by what's happened recently, and it's like, oh, okay.
Well, when I look at Dev, I mostly feel sorry for him because he's this brilliant guy, but he's also he's become a recluse. He has really has no family or fun. It seems like in his life, he's kind of like the quintessential sad old billionaire who's just kind of he doesn't know what to do with his life. So I think going to Mars is like his midlife crisis here, where he wants to do something.
Some people fly Corvettes.
Is he the
Some people do that.
CEO of the company?
Yeah, you see,
Yeah, because he
He
stole
cannot
it
do
back.
this.
he cannot do this, right? Like the board will get rid of him again.
He's gone. He's not a CEO anymore.
Yeah, he can't be a CEO for Mars.
No.
He's the CMO, Chief Mars Officer.
Yeah, and he also tells his mother, "I'm not coming back from Mars." Right?
Yeah,
Or
he's
like,
staying
It's
there.
true.
yeah. So,
He's gonna just stay there. There's nothing on Earth he gives a shit about anymore.
Mhm.
He just got girls, coming up on his beach, and he's like, "Get out of here!"
yeah. Get your
Number one,
surfboard.
if
Yeah.
I own a
You
beach,
know who that was? We mentioned Lost earlier in the intro here. That
Mhm.
was, I think that was Tanya Raymond who played Alex on Lost.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Alex.
Alex,
Why do we
like
keep
Ben
bringing up
Linus' daughter,
Lost?
Alex.
Yeah, Ben's daughter.
Ben.
Why do I keep bringing up
Yeah,
Lost?
you're right. I think it was. Now that
not
you
a fan.
like, but that was like 15 years ago, I guess, right? So that
I
show.
rewatched Lost last year and I really love her. So
Mhm.
I clocked her right away.
Did you make it past season 2?
Of Lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I got
Lost is
hooked in
great,
season 3.
Lost is great right up to the end of season 5, and then season 6.
Yeah.
It's
The ending. I
This
don't.
show is called For All Mankind.
Yeah, it's back on track.
That's what I hear.
So I'm a little under the weather tonight, so I don't feel like talking for the next hour. So I'm gonna let Jody run this. I'll chime in like
If
anybody
there's
else. but-
anybody who can talk for an hour, it's me.
Yeah, Jody, you're leading the discussion as we run through the plot of the episode and everything we saw.
We'll
So
have to keep you on track with names. We know that.
yeah. Who's this?
I have
this
notes
person?
today, thank you.
Yes.
Oh. Now, right before we start, I noticed, Jody, you're wearing a Nova Scotia hat, and I would like to congratulate begrudgingly the Nova Scotia champions of the Legends Bonspiel. Kevin, I'm sure you did Newfoundland and Labrador proud, and these Nova Scotia
not really.
losers.
Not only that, Heather, he then jumped ship to New Brunswick and tried to beat us with New Brunswick.
Beat us
So-
on New Brunswick.
I mean, I approve of that.
And we
That
had
was
to put him in his
greasy-ass
place
New
for a
Brunswick
second
roast.
time.
Yeah, well, but in the first the game on Friday night, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, Kevin stole 4 on me in the first end, and it was a real battle. So
Kevin! Okay,
Yeah,
go
we
ahead,
still won
Kevin.
though.
barely in the end, but
Barely, yeah.
Wins
Yeah,
win,
it came right
boys.
down to
Wins
the
win.
last.
right. But we had to
Wins
climb
one
back
loss.
from that deficit. So anyway, Jody, the floor is yours.
All righty, well, let's get on into this. I'm all in it now. All right. Give me 1 second. I just got to get my stuff sorted out here because I can't see any of you guys while I'm doing this.
What's that little smudge? I can't see it.
I don't know, but when we get closer, oh, look, it's a satellite telescope.
Forgot this is
All
called the Thomas Paine telescope in this reality, not the James Webb, but it's basically.
Right, that's nice.
It looks,
Yeah.
I don't even think it looks like the James Webb telescope.
Oh, it does. When you look at it from the that part. With
Oh,
that
yeah.
fish.
Okay. Yeah. Once you see the other side there. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, that's a telescope, and apparently it's taking some pictures of stuff. because that's just what telescopes do. And at that point, we end up seeing that they're transmitting back down to Earth, which obviously was what the satellite would be doing.
And fun fact, I went to this place, the Goddard Space Flight Center, from our Vashel friend Trevor Graff took me through here when they were building the James Webb Telescope, before it launched. So I got, but it wasn't a flight center. It was just like where they build satellites and other stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, this is a different universe, Dave. So now it's the flight center.
Right.
I guess.
It's still
but anyway,
though.
Yeah, all these scientists and all these eggheads, they're figuring out what's going on with this telescope. They're like, look at that. There's a little dot there. Well, turns out that little dot happens to be a big satellite.
She just smudge it off the monitor too? Or
yeah, more importantly, she did enhance a bunch of times, clearly.
Enhance.
And at that point, she now has a big blob of white, which turns out to be an asteroid. They decide they're going to. Everybody now gets news of this, all the different factions, and it's been assigned 2003 LC, and somebody else also nicknames it Goldilocks, which is where we get the name of our episode. But basically, we find out that this is. Do they actually tell us what the composition is yet?
Well, they just know it's made a lot of metal right away. They can tell,
they can tell by the denseness of it or whatnot. But turns out it's full of what is it?
Iridium.
Iridium. There you go. So at that point, they basically are all looking. Oh, look, there's that lady that we don't like looking at. All right. Anyway,
Margot. Well, I think it's interesting with Margot and Irina for me. Is that her name, Irina?
Irina,
yeah. Like I don't know. They seem to be working well together, I guess, is one thing you can take from this scene.
They have similar management styles.
Yes.
They both look at pictures very well.
But can Irina draw a circle and label it moon on a chalkboard?
She can do it in both languages now. So
true. Now she can do it in both. Yeah. And we see how all the different, the different agencies are reacting, such as obviously this. Oops, I think my bar's still there. Sorry, guys. Why is this not leaving me? All right. Anyway,
top right corner.
There we go. Now it's gone. All right. Anyway, so we also see Dev over at the Helios headquarters there. They're looking at it. He's figuring out what's going on as well. And then, of course, we go back to the U.S. Space. And then we find out, iridium, very rare of Earth. We already control most of it, which is true. The Russians do. But apparently this is, what did they say? It was worth something like 35.
Yeah, it had
$1 trillion or something.
This one asteroid has represents all the iridium on Earth times I don't know, like an absurd number. Like it was
times 3,000 or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that immediately make it less valuable because you're going to be adding all this new supply to the market?
Would. Well, yeah, but if you control it all and you only release a certain amount into the market, then you can control it, right? So I guess they're going to have to build some sort of space storage compartment that they could just kind of leave it there and with a lock and key and then only release what they want.
Right. And they know they want to get it, and there's this limited window. And we saw in the very first episode they try to get an asteroid and they completely fail and people get killed and so
hopefully they don't use wires this time, because wires really are the way to get killed in space. That's what we've learned from this show. And we also see our Jeff's favorite character, which is what's her name?
Alida.
Alida.
Yeah, according to that douchebag that comes in from NASA or wherever he's from.
Alida. But anyway, so
actually she's not as annoying as she was once.
No, she's much better now for sure.
I think it's really just season 2 Alida is the trauma of us.
Season 2 Alida is peak. Why is she here, Alida?
Yeah.
So everybody's crunching the numbers, and somebody has figured out that it's 70,000 metric tons of this metal, which is used in various things, which we'll find out in fun facts what that is. But anyway, we also see how the U.S. is and the guy from Home Alone, he's like, wow, that's a lot.
He's happy Hanukkah, Marv. That's what he was thinking.
Basically, yeah. He's like, I can retire and never have to see Kevin McAllister again. All right, but anyway, so then of course we have Discovery of the Century. All the news stations are covering it. We got everybody bumping in, including the this.
I love how nothing in this universe is top secret.
No, nothing.
The news always gets the news immediately.
Right. Well, it's a more preferable world, I gotta say, but and like with like all the news stations be like, we found iridium, get ready, everyone. It's hard, like I don't know, in our reality, it's hard to imagine, but you know, I'm glad everyone
basically
is.
the nice thing about this like little news summary thing is people are talking about how like this is going to create like job loss, just like they did with that power source.
Helium.
No, it was that guy in the bottom left. He looks like a typical Foxer right there. Like
oh yeah, well that's if you notice it says Eagle News Channel instead of Fox News Channel.
Yeah, you got the version of CBS, the version of Fox News, the CNN backwards, which is just NNC, and then more Eagle News.
And then we have even more coming up, including the Koreans are following this as well. The Polish are as well, you know. So they're
the other M7 nations,
all the others,
the League of Non-Aligned Worlds. If we're using a Babylon 5 term,
we're not.
Okay.
All right.
Nobody
Anyway,
does.
so the episode is called Goldilocks.
We want to use words people understand, Dave.
okay.
Only 7 people in this world understand what you just said. All right, but anyway, and of course, this is For All Mankind. This episode was written by Javon Robinson and directed by Sylvain White. What a name! All right. So anyway,
right at the teaser, right at the end of the teaser, there, I was like, this episode is going to suck. I hate this premise. I hate it's this asteroid. It's if you think it's going to bring in a new wave of technological advancements, you are eating the propaganda. That's it. It's nothing. It's to make money. That's why they're all excited.
I disagree with you because I was excited they finally had something to do in space.
Yeah, but this, I mean, asteroids.
Only if it allow. I'm for it if driving this iridium is allowing them to build new spaceships to go further out or something like that. You know, like it's like a stepping stone to like the next frontier. I think that's if you can get to Jupiter for perhaps. What's that moon? There's a moon of Jupiter that is potentially has life on it, like underneath this.
Yeah,
or it's not Io. It's the second moon, but I forget the name of it right now. But anyway, that's where I want the show to go is like more like exploring the solar system even further out and. But I feel like season 4 is a lot like season 2, where like okay, it
takes them a long time just to get here, though, Dave.
Like
so.
it takes a month just to get from Earth to Mars, you know.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. Jupiter is like 4 times further away from Mars than Mars is to Earth, right? So it's a way the fuck out there.
So
it's
it'll take at least
Europa.
Europa. That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And,
all right. So anyway, we see we're now in Happy Valley Command Center on Mars, and we're seeing how they're rationing.
This is the flashback back to 2000, the 90s, basically.
This is the flashback for sure. So with that, it's basically, you know, we see them kind of rationing all the food, and people right now are looking okay. Ed actually doesn't look so old anymore. You know, and you can see him actually. He's going kind of teaching he's teaching
Lee, I guess.
What is
English?
His name? Lee?
Yeah,
Lee. So he's teaching Lee English, and they're also learning Korean as well. So it's kind of interesting to see that. And he's learning it. You know, he's very happy with them. We
never see the face of Defector Dog. I feel like that was a fake guy in the back there. We don't. We never see like the front of Defector Dog.
It could be. It could be. It's very possible. So anyway, we also see that Danny is labeling these containers of food. This is the rations that she's going to take over to Steve.
Stevens.
Well, Mr. Stevens, actually, yes. Sorry about that. And so you see her, and she's packing up, and she's about to make her trip again. This, I guess, is the rations for a month.
Yeah, here's all your food for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, make it work.
She drives it out in the thing that might be the thing that looks worse than a Cybertruck, but barely. Whatever they call those things.
It was like, and they made the trip enough times now that there's almost like a road forming.
Well, and that's kind of something that would happen anyway, right? Like it's, you know, they kind of keep the same traffic because you know, like that's the safe spot to drive, right? At that point, so you just kind of stay and keep going over the tracks. So we see him, he cracks it open, starts eating his whatever that is, and I honestly don't think I ever want to eat it.
Half a hamburger, basically.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, you know, when you get the dessert in the Hungry Man's TV dinners, and it's that brownie.
Yeah,
it looks like that.
No.
Oh, I think it does.
Sadness food, Jody.
It is sadness food, for sure. And you see that Danny actually, when she goes and sees him, she obviously hangs out with him for a bit. Notices that he's got the crazy marks on the wall because whenever you count, it's crazy.
We saw Lee was kind of motivated more, or had better spirits, and he was starting to despair. He was about to kill himself out here, right? Until Danielle and Kuznetsov like happened to roll up on him in this moment, and and Danny was already depressed and kind of not in a good place.
We're talking about this. Like this is cruel and unusual punishment. It really is.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
This isn't right. But this is what it is. But then we find out that it's actually just this is a dream that she's having.
Yeah.
And she just got woken up to one of her leads, I guess, or somebody.
I almost learned this guy's name.
He's from Helios.
Palmer.
Is it Palmer? All right.
Yeah.
Well, Palmer wakes her up and says, something great has happened.
Something magical, or whatever.
She's like, yeah, that's great. Why
it's 1 in the morning, by the way.
It's about to get to the part where like Danny gets killed. Or not Danny. Well, which one is it that's there now?
Danny.
Or
no, Ed?
No, the guy that's in the capsule right now. Stevens. Oh yeah,
that's in the flashback.
Danny. Is it Danny, right?
Danny,
yeah. She was getting to that point in the dream where he gets to die. But anyway, she didn't get there.
It's a memory, not a dream. But yeah.
Well, it's a memory, yes. Yeah. Well, but she was sleeping, so it's also a dream. So stop correcting me, Dave. Or you?
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I thought you were going to talk, Dave.
Yeah, you're talking a hell of a lot for somebody who's not talking. But anyway, but basically we see this is we're back at NASA, and they're basically going over the briefing of this. They've decided they're going to have to, kind of move some things around.
Talking to Al Gore on the phone.
They're talking to Mr. Gore. Yep. They're very up.
Mr. Charisma.
Oh yes, hello everybody. But yeah, no, he pretty much is. But yeah, so we end up getting that. His mandate is basically like, you got to get this done. Like this is, we got to move this forward.
Don't screw this up, Eli.
Yeah, don't screw it up like you screw up everything else, you jackass. But anyway, he's like, oh, okay, well, if this doesn't work out, I'll go back to my robbing business. But anyway. So we got that. This dickhead, I don't even know what his name is, but
I don't know. I'm guessing he's like the Thomas Paine equivalent for Al Gore.
Yeah,
but
maybe we can see it.
Yeah, he's a dick.
See, he only has a temporary pass, so I guess he's just like a guy that shows up once in a while.
They on this show, for some reason, they make it seem like Al Gore is more of a dick than Richard Nixon,
which is bizarre.
Or Reagan.
Or Reagan,
like I think Raul D. Moore might have like
he might have a problem with these guys.
I think he might be a Reaganite.
Yeah,
could be.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So anyway, we're back on Happy Valley again, and this is where Danny's basically, leading this briefing. She's talking about what's going on. They're gonna have to start, training for this because we got to move up our agenda. I think she said 10 weeks or something.
Yeah, I got to put all the other stuff aside, basically.
Yeah, so basically, she's like, we gotta train and get ready for the capture mission. And at this point, this is where Ed kind of steps in. He decides he's going to make his objections very well known, because she kind of wants to put everybody on this project. But there's some things that obviously still have to keep going.
Ed's questioning her orders in front of the entire staff.
Yeah, which is a complete dick move, and that's kind of you can tell he's being a dick just by the way he's standing. But
only he was eating an apple as well.
If he was eating an apple, would have really
if he was eating an apple, that would have been perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
That is the apple posture.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's also pushing to stockpile argon instead of jumping straight into the mission prep. And obviously this disagreement between the two of them obviously triggers Danny to say, yeah, no, I think we need to talk in private. And everybody that's witnessing this discussion is basically like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
A lot of
mom and dad are fighting.
Yeah, mommy and daddy are fighting. And at this point, Ed's being Ed, which isn't good usually. And he's like, yeah, no,
it's his dementia rage.
Oh yeah, he's pissy. So
doing too many bongs at night.
Yeah, well,
Hips.
there's no such thing. But anyway, So anyway, she takes him out into the hallway, which doesn't look very.
It's not super private, but
no, there ain't no privacy going on there. Like, there's people right behind him. You can see that.
But she was, he's pissed at her for everything what went down with Svetlana, right? And and this is months later, and it's
that was the only piece Ed was ever gonna get, and she's gone now.
He's
Ed needs to stop being such a bitch and suck it the fuck up. Decisions have been made, and it's over.
Move on.
Which is what Danielle says to him in a nice way, but she should really say to him in a
I have
way.
to admit, through these 4 seasons, even though I know Ed's kind of a dick, I still like him. Whereas now I'm not liking him at all.
Yeah,
I actually like Danny more.
He's turning more and more into this, like, not quite a villain, but he's like
he's
a grumpy old man. Simple as that.
He's basically Dr. Smith from whatchamacallit, what is it?
Lost in Space.
Lost in
Space.
Space.
I have a question though. Like, is Helios allowed to be in control of the base?
No.
Right.
It can only go between the Soviets and the Americans.
Yeah,
right.
Those are the two that own it.
I think that's a factor that's not really talked about on the show. But I mean, his decision to switch to go to Helios, and then
it's limited him. He can't go any higher than this. So
yeah, the highest he can be is XO, and yeah, he likes it. But I think it's the fact that Danielle hasn't been there as long as him. And he's not.
He trained her. He put her on her first real mission to the moon and all that, right? So there's like now that she's his boss, there's always like this kind of dynamic. I don't know if you've ever like somebody who used to work under you then became your boss later on. If you've ever had that experience, but it could be kind of awkward, I guess.
I did like the handshake idea though, because she also is getting the idea of what's going on with his hands, and then she's told later on anyway, but.
She has no idea when Palmer tells her, though. It seems
like no, at that point she just kind of sits there. So now we're in the canteen. Actually, we jumped over the canteen for 1 second and then we went back. What happened there? Why are we back there? All right. Anyway,
are you sure you're going the right direction? Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to, but I guess maybe we got extra copies here. But anyway, we're in the canteen now. We see what's this guy's name? Miles.
Miles.
Is this Miles?
This Miles has a lot of nerve getting jealous over Samantha talking to somebody else. Bitch, you are married and you're a crook. Get it together, Miles.
Dude's on Mars. He's not married anymore.
Well, you see, like when he gets
they're also not together.
Right. Yeah. Like
semi together.
But he kissed her before he left, and it seemed like they were going to get back together.
They had sex, and she said before they had sex, "This doesn't mean we're getting back together."
Right, but now he's sending her money, and like it's a whole new story.
They're separated, and even when he watches the video clip later on, she's like, "Well, and let me show you our bedroom. Well, my bedroom." And
we'll talk. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it when you get back. Yeah, we'll see how many Mars chicks you banged before when you came back. Yeah, but anyway, he's getting kind of upset. What's his name?
Ilya.
Yeah, I had a better name for him though, but now I don't remember what it was.
Comrade.
Yeah.
No, he punch you.
Like that.
No, he does not.
No, I wouldn't do that. This guy, I can't remember his name. It's probably on that thing there that I can't see.
Russian guy pissing off Miles.
I can't remember what this scene was.
I think he's Italian because he said grazie.
Oh, maybe you're right. Yeah, because he wants like a cotton shirt or something.
A really poor Italian accent, so you think he's kind of Russian, but then he's speaking Italian.
I was confused on his nationality. Yeah, good. You're right.
So anyway, I guess is this,
and he doesn't think he's good enough for Samantha, even though he's not. Ilya's not jealous. He doesn't approve.
She's a nice lady. All right. Anyway, he's clearly an idiot. He's actually playing in the right order.
And then they have the conversation about getting the Korean's wife out of Korea.
Oh, that's right. He's like, yeah, no, we're not going to be doing that.
Step 1, get her out of North Korea. Step 2, get her to Mars. No problem. This is a regular old operation.
Yeah.
That's the other story.
Right there looks familiar.
Yeah, like no problem. Pretty easy as
That would be a fascinating episode.
Yeah.
Of trying to get his wife there, not only out of North Korea, but then to Mars too.
Right.
It would be a fascinating episode just to make that a bottle episode.
Okay, you have to hide in this box for a month. Here's like I don't know, like even how you would do that, but
Here's your rations. Don't.
Does
kill
anybody
yourself,
remember this
please.
conversation?
You
'Cause I
got the
don't.
bathroom in something, I guess. And
Anybody
No
remember this
gravity.
conversation here?
well, this is him talking to like all the Helios people talking about like there's this new opportunity. They can make all this money, but they're gonna be working like overtime, and they're gonna have to there's a chance to make money, but they're gonna work their asses off, in order to pull this off. But
I like how they
Yeah,
have
but like
speakers
if
of
you're
M&Ms.
if you're working on Mars already, what else are you going to do but work overtime?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But they talk about this being like the new gold rush, basically. Like that's how it feels to them. So
Yeah, exactly. All right, so here we are. We're now at Kelly. She's now talking to the stepmom, I guess.
children do not want peanut butter and jelly sandwich for proper lunch.
Number one, I don't know what this chick is going on about, but if I got a PB&J, I was a happy man. So I don't know.
It was the 80s. We didn't know any different.
This is the early
No, this
2000s.
is 2003.
But I gotta have two of them. I can't just have.
Yeah,
one.
one
Gotta
is
have two.
bullshit. Hopefully there was already one in
Listen,
there.
it's because she's ethnic. You think that we were eating PB&J in my Italian house? Not a chance. Dick Narduzzi would never feed me a PB&J. That's why
So
this
what kind
Russian
of sandwich
lady is
did you
like,
have? Like a
absolutely not.
spaghetti sandwich or what?
Oh,
No, we
that's-
didn't have sandwiches. We
No
had
sandwiches.
salad,
Salad.
salami.
Okay, salami. Yeah, it's more healthy for sure.
Truthfully, it sounds better, but okay.
But then peanut butter was banned in school anyway, right?
Around this time, like peanuts, really like the whole peanut allergy was really blowing up around the early the mid 2000s. I felt like.
Oh my god. Yes.
I called it natural selection, but it clearly didn't go that well.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, we're out at Helios.
Sorry, that is actually funny because I see you rubbing your face, but that is funny.
Moving on.
Do you have a peanut butter allergy?
No,
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I offended you in some way.
no.
In
At
some
least-
way, yes.
That's what I was going by.
Jody.
I was going for it, but it clearly didn't work.
Yeah, do it like 4 times a podcast. So
Yeah.
don't worry.
That's the charm of me, Dave. But anyway, well, charm might be not the right word, but anyway, we'll move on. So anyway, they're now at Helios and Aleda, that's the name.
This
I
new
hate her.
character we've never met.
Yeah, this chick, she's really nice. I like her.
You've
But
seen her
anyway,
grow up.
so anyway, Kelly talks to her and she's like, "Yeah, do you know what's going on here?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Oh, because at the end of the scene, like Kelly heard on the radio, Dev is going to Mars, and like Aleda and Kelly, who are his two partners, have no idea, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, Dev's now talking to them, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm going. Yep. Nope. Lots of money there. Good idea." And they're like,
well, they're
"No,
pissed because
this
they
is
want him. They want him here, like to Adam's point, like he's the CEO. He can't go on this Mars
this is
expedition.
the dumbest idea ever. Like,
Yeah, and
Like,
he's
I get-
delegating things to Aleda that she doesn't want to
like
do.
if he wanted to take a different position, put somebody else in CEO that he trusts, maybe one of these two, then at that point, yeah, go. But if you're still holding that rank, then why would you go?
Right.
And she clearly is telling him he's an idiot.
Well, yeah, because David wants Aleda to take over all this, like this political negotiations with like the M7 nations and all this other stuff. Like she's like, I'm an engineer. This is not what I do. Like this is not in my wheelhouse. But
Yeah, this
Dev's
is
like,
not what I do. But for some strange reason, that's kind of the trope that she has throughout the series. Is that's not what she does.
Yeah,
But
but you know what?
yet she does it.
They also dressed her up like she's getting more executive. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, she's.
I noticed that as well. I love
She's got the power
corporate
suit.
Aleda. She's doing some businesswoman shit. She's ready.
Yeah. When she says this isn't what I do, I went, yes, it is.
It is kind of what you do. I hate to break it to you. So, and Kelly is always dumbfounded because that's
she's
really
just
Kelly.
confused.
Yeah, she's like, "What are we talking about?"
this is where Dev says, why don't you just come to Mars with me? Because she was like,
just come.
You can't go because we're getting all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, just bring it up, bring whatever your
Kelly's
desire.
like, "You're crazy. Number one, you're the CEO. You're not even supposed to be going. And number two, how can I go? I have a child, and child stops everything."
Right.
But anyway,
Dev just walks out on them. He's like, yeah, it's whatever. Don't come or do come, Kelly. Your
I'll
call.
see you in a couple days.
Yeah,
He's-
see you.
yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
"I'm
but
leaving." Bye.
First, he says it would be you've worked so hard. It would be a shame to fail at this point. Like it was harsh. what he said to her.
Yeah.
Manipulative. All those
That's
things.
Dev. He's always doing that, right? So
Yeah,
it
right.
kind of makes sense. So anyway, here we are back.
This is
we're back.
Ranger. Yeah.
This is Ranger here. Yeah. And I can't remember what Ed's talking about.
Well, they're just doing like their drills to get ready for the asteroid thing.
Oh,
And this is the second argument with Ed and Danielle, where he made all the assignments to the ship, and he didn't even check with her.
Yeah.
You know, and he was like, "Well, the mission commander gets to decide who the crew
this
is."
funny.
Yeah.
She goes in the 70s.
Yeah, this is not NASA in the 70s. Okay.
Well, and this is where I have written down Palmer James. I'm guessing that's who it is. He kind of notices the handshaking,
The tremor. Yeah.
the tremors and stuff like that, which he ends up telling Danny later, which she shouldn't be surprised by at any
So
stretch.
finally, I'm happy somebody's like acting like they should. You know,
Yeah.
he's putting the mission at risk.
Oh, completely.
Putting a lot of lives at risk here, you know, and Svetlana did like she knew about it and she didn't report it. She kept that.
Of course
in.
not. You know, they
No, because he was her dealer. Like,
Yeah. Right.
This happens a lot, I think, though.
Oh, it happens a lot more
in
than
military.
anybody
even.
wants to admit. Yeah.
Well, even Danielle is conflicted because she wants to tell Ed off, you know, but then she's like got this long-standing friendship with him and this this dynamic that she's afraid to go.
She
too
has the
harsh
guilt
and-
of thinking that like he kind of gave her all of her opportunities, and it's like no,
Maybe.
she earned a lot of it. Like
She earned it all, but you know,
she doesn't look at it like that though. I don't think.
I think there's something there, like you know, so she's afraid to go like full like.
they probably
authoritarian.
found a dead body at one point together, and they have like this
Yeah,
bond,
they
like,
did,
Stand By
actually,
Me.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I do think there is something to the reason why they're showing us all the Danny stuff with Ed and Danielle, because I do think that they are both responsible for what happened to Danny, and I do think
Absolutely.
that is bringing that, like, that is part of the elephant in the room. It's not just about Svetlana; it's also about what happened with Danny, and that they share that guilt and that burden together.
And the grief, because I think like they both cared about Danny in their own way. Like, you know, Ed never really found out so far, at least hasn't found out about Karen and all that. And and Gordon.
What does Ed always do with guilt or bad feelings? Deflect.
throws stuff, breaks phones.
Yeah.
Breaks phones.
Breaks phones.
It's not my fault. It's your fault.
Men of that generation were only allowed to have two emotions: rage and rage.
Yeah.
Well, and there was the drunk. Don't forget that.
Happy drunk, maybe. That would probably be it.
Overraged.
Ed single-handedly took down Nortel.
Fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact. Anyway,
Oh,
and now we're back at Julio's Sexy
Julio's
Mexi.
Tex-Mex.
All right.
At least there's not going to be any spaghetti at a Tex-Mex.
At least.
Kelly's like, so can I order spaghetti? And
Aaron
bring
made it
a
part of the
glass of
deal.
water because I need to thin it down.
What's the worst dish on your menu? I want to have some of Mom's home cooking.
Why does Kelly look like? I find the whole episode she looked just like not quite put together.
Tired.
Yeah, like
I think because she's struggling to be a mom and be this person at Helios, I guess.
she
is-
does
And
have
be a
it.
modern woman and have it all: motherhood, working woman,
Well,
messy hair.
she has a child that has respiratory issues constantly.
Cardiac
And,
issue.
obviously has a certain amount, or what is it cardiac? Oh yeah, you're right. It was cardiac. But yeah, like she's got all those issues, so maybe she's up half the night and stuff like
Right.
that. Like
maybe that's part of it. Like, because Elena has three kids or two kids.
Two kids.
Two.
Kids.
Yeah, but her husband does all of that. She
That
just
is
goes
fair.
to work and
yeah,
takes apart
he's a
clocks in the middle of the
house
night.
husband for sure.
I know there's a scene where she's in the kitchen and there's just like a full spread and he's cleaning and he's cooking and she's just like enjoying. Like, I'm like, this is that.
She's taking business
great.
calls.
Yeah, she's taking business calls. But like, this is nice.
Yeah, I don't really remember what this.
Well, this
There
is
wasn't
what
much in this, yeah.
they're kind of pumping each other up. On one side, you got Kelly here saying like, "I can't go to space and do Mars," but then Aleda's kind of pushing her like, "Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should take this chance." And Aleda doesn't want to do all these negotiations and things, and like she can't see herself doing it, but Kelly can see her doing it. So they're kind of like
Exactly.
they kind of have a decent dynamic, these two, even though like you know, like sometimes I'm not as a fan of them individually as much, but like they definitely have a decent relationship here. That's worth applauding.
There you go. So
well, in this scene, she kind of says to her, like, you know, your kid will forgive you. They're resilient. You know, they're gonna hate you. He's gonna hate you anyway.
Yeah.
So
She's like, oh, my son hates me, and she's like, he's gonna hate you anyway. So just go for it.
all I know is they're at a Tex-Mex place. There's fresh chips right there and a thing of salsa, and none of it's touched. What is going on here?
Well, and Alita is Mexican, so she would know good Mexican food, though, theoretically, right?
So that's why she's not eating. She's in a
Right.
Tex-Mex.
She's like, this is garbage.
Beer.
It just came out of a bag.
the Tex in the Mex is ruining it.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, it's probably the Tex part of the Mex. Yeah.
We love Tex-Mex. Mexicans do not.
Right.
And then we see good old President Gore on the TV there. Of course, he's only on CNN, but you know,
Yeah,
Goldilocks'
NNC.
discovery.
Yeah, this is where he's like, I just like they're making fun of like I invented the internet with I discovered Goldilocks. It was kind of it's a decent gag here.
It is a decent gag,
is
even
this
though
AI?
No,
maybe.
this is years before AI, so or it's maybe a deep fake, but maybe.
Okay, I thought they like changed his lips or like because I was like,
Well,
oh,
they
is
might
this
have,
AI? Yeah, but like maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but yeah, so the entire world is outraged at Gore's hubris.
Yeah, they're
here,
like, I don't know what you're on about. The Kremlin has denounced Gore's claim of
Personal responsibility. Oh, I just love
for the
this
asteroid
part.
discovery as an outrageous attempt to
Wait
take
till-
credit for a Soviet achievement.
Wait till
Oh,
next
yeah,
Did he
then
still
when,
invent the internet in this?
no, because I think the internet comes about a little differently in this timeline. So
Maybe.
They already have they got the internet early, so he didn't have the chance to invent it.
right,
You remember when like David Letterman didn't look like the hobo down the street?
Oh my god, yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
I love
Now,
that this is an actual
this
top
is
10 list.
100% for real. This
Oh, yeah.
is
Yep.
real.
Yeah, but
Oh,
they're
yeah,
making
yeah, no.
I invented the
So-
internet. They're just subbing it out, right?
Yeah.
Accidentally invented the organs.
Actually invented the orgasm. Being first human to being able to grow a opposable thumb.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And then we have McCain with the hard truth. Another Gore gaff.
This is Kennedy, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Hannity.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Gore takes credit for asteroid discovery.
And yeah, this is where we see Daniel Stern actually get a little mad for once, where he's yelling at the White House guy.
Can I say this office sucks?
I
Like,
know.
the guy
Compared to-
like that is the
Compare-
head
Margo
of
had.
NASA. What is
Yeah.
his office? You know, like I
It's
feel
a corner.
bad.
He got a corner office.
Yeah, but like Margot's office was so much nicer in the old building.
It was the 60s.
Well, she lived there too. It was also her apartment.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
It was also her fridge for Slimfast.
But he's very mad.
Right.
He's now contemplating whether he should go back to robberies. And Goofy Nuts here is on the video call, and he's basically yelling at him. He looks very angry though.
He's so sweaty.
He's got some sweat nuts going on there for sure.
And his hemorrhoids. Don't even get started with that.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, well,
like his wife brought up last time.
let's not go there. Anyway, we're back to Happy Valley here, and we're now seeing Danny. And she's kind of going through the brief with these guys, and they're kind of going down what they need to do. And we see that, what is his name? Palmer, yeah. So Palmer's here as well, and he's like, do you have a minute? We can talk. She's like, yeah, okay. Now, I have a problem with this door. He closes the door, but it's clearly got a full vent in it.
It's not the cone of silence, but you know.
Well, it's nothing even close to silence. It literally wouldn't do any difference than it being open. But anyway.
You remember that gag in Get Smart where they would lower the cone of
Oh, yeah.
silence, and
Yeah,
there was just a
totally.
huge echo chamber.
Only the
Yeah.
people on the outside of the cone could hear, and they would have to translate. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So this is a very interesting scene. Like, so she's got a second chair there. Like, if you go back, she brought out one chair for him to sit in.
Mhm.
Yeah, and she's sitting on the desk.
She decides to lean against the desk. Yeah.
I think it's the only chair she has, so she gives it to him. And then
No, there's a second chair. If you go back to your other picture there,
And she could also sit on her bicycle, theoretically.
right there.
Oh yeah, there's a chair right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so he basically says, you know what? Yeah, I've been seeing some tremors and Trevors.
Well, we know that he's super loyal to Ed
Ed.
too, right? And
Yeah.
this
So
is a
it's
big
kind
deal
of
for
odd
him.
to see him doing this.
This
Yeah.
is a power move. He's coming for that exo job.
Yeah, he wants it. He
It is-
knows. he knows his time's numbered, so it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna get in there. So, but anyway, she's upset with this news, even though I think really what she's doing is putting together all the things that she already knew. She just kind of clued into it better. But anyway, so
then we get the flashback back to.
No, I think she's going. I cannot avoid this confrontation.
I was just going to say this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
you
good.
You get that point in news where you go, I have to act on this now.
I have to do something I really don't want to do. You know,
I still want to say, and I can't stress it enough, that Danny's hair is so non-consistent. I have no idea what they're doing.
Changes like Chia Pet style.
It's
They're
like,
like a little bit more gray. She's like, nah. And then the next thing,
like I can understand in the flashbacks, makes perfect sense, but it's So anyway, but we see her. She's labeling.
The scene's important too because we see that like she was taking her own rations and giving them to Danny. Like, and she was starving herself even more than the rest of the crew, who were all starving basically in those like year and a half they were waiting to come get rescued after Kelly was sent back to Earth.
Yeah, she felt.
How do you feel about this shirt, Dave?
I felt bad about what you did.
This pullover.
The pullover is much better than the undershirt, but like let's stay on track. But yeah.
You see Ed in the background there though, walking by. And
like, they did a really good job of making Danielle look like really hungry
you
and like
you can see like the bags around everybody's eyes, especially when you see the scene later on with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's which hopefully we got some screen caps of, but like everybody has got the sunken eyes. They all have that the look of malnutrition going on here. So anyway, and he watches her as she's leaving.
No words said between them, but they're just. I think they're both feeling, I think, conflicted about this whole exile of Danny, but they don't want to undo it.
Yeah, so, neither one of them wants to undo it. Yeah, because they're worried about what the other one's going to do. So here we are with NASA's Cybertruck, and then she shows up to see Danny. Danny, you know what? He's got a fairly decent beard for a guy who probably doesn't have shaving utensils even. But who knows? And we see the picture again of his wife and his child. And of course the control panel with all the Korean on it. And she basically talks to him and he's like, yeah, no, can I come back? Like,
I'll just stay in my bunk, he says, like whatever it takes.
I'll just stay in the bunk.
Like in prison, like when they put people in solitary confinement, like it's considered to be a very extreme thing to do, right? You have to put the most violent, uncontrollable people here, which Danny's not. Like he did do a lot of bad things. He got people killed. He was a complete creep for sure. But does he deserve this? Like, you know, it's
well, and I think it was Kevin that said earlier, you know, how it's such a cruel punishment, right? Like it's terrible. Like,
no, last episode I was for this.
Oh, must have been somebody else who was much nicer.
That was me. That was me.
Oh, that was
when I said that, I did not realize it was a year and a half. That's a long ass time.
That's a long time.
It's
like,
too much. It's cruel.
Like you know, if they did it for a couple months, I could understand it. But
this is
a year
like
and a half,
literally torture.
You can't, and then you can't even bring him back. Like at this point, the guy is probably messed up beyond.
Yeah, like
even if you brought him back now, he probably is even more of a danger.
Because you're starving him and you're isolating him, right? Like, you know, even
he's
like
had
people
no social interaction at all. He's barely eating, and he has nothing to do but sit there and stare.
Like, just bring him to the base for a day just to like socialize them a bit or something. Like, there's things in between you could do, but
this is like in the Geneva Conventions from Prisoners of War. You're not allowed to do this.
Yes, this is awful.
So this is my issue.
Gives him a Bible.
She's like, just read the Bible.
Yeah.
Number one, Jeff. Those are suggestions.
Yeah, the Geneva suggestions.
We are Canadian, so they are suggestions for us.
But the Geneva Convention only applies on Earth. But
fair, okay, but
But the point being, guys, is like like I didn't like Danny. I wanted Danny gone, but not this way. It's awful, and I don't like. I like Danielle, and Danielle's being the moral compass of this show, and now she didn't do anything about this.
She didn't fight. She could have went back to Ed and said, "Look, we got to bring him back, right?" You know, and at least have that argument with Ed. But she doesn't even want to do that, you know. And so, she doesn't try at least.
Yeah.
And
meanwhile.
Why doesn't she though? Like that's a good question to ask here.
She doesn't seem to want to bring him back.
Right.
Yeah, I think she's mad at him too. But like how did the other people who weren't necessarily like the two cosmonauts and like the rest of like the Helios crew, or maybe who may not have had as close of a or as much of an angry reaction, although they all lost friends and in what Danny did, he got people like seriously killed, and like they would be angry with him for sure, but at some point you gotta go, oh,
how's the doctor, the Russian doctor, not like he would know,
right? Like he would know the psychological effects, although he is from a country that.
But I'm wondering, guys. I'm wondering if the only person going over there is actually Danielle.
Right, she's the only one who ever sees him.
Well, I think it is. I think she is the only one until Ed comes that final time, right?
Yes, because when they're out of food, they're like, we have no more food to bring them.
Yeah, we got nothing.
But now my question is, are they out of food, or is this just the last they're giving Danny?
I think they're out of food too. Like
I think they're out of food because you see them and they're all like very malnourished and stuff because they had to wait, right?
Yeah,
they had to wait for the next transport to come back. But anyway, so let's go back to Earth for a minute here. Into
present day,
Kelly's son's bedroom. That sounds weirder than it should be. But anyway, we see obviously he's very obsessed with space, which obviously would make sense. And of course, he's playing with some stuff here. And she's just kind of watching and relaxing as she's pondering her idea of does she go or not. And she's talking to him, and he's like, "Do you want to play with me?" And she's like, "Yeah, but later."
Yeah,
I'll play with you right now.
Like if your mom was going to leave for a year, how would you react?
As a parent, because like Prue asks me this question all the time: "Do you want to play with me, Daddy?" I never say, "Yeah, but later." Like I just would never say.
You either have to do it or you have.
I always say yes, of course. Because
if you can, you can. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like,
well, there is as a parent though, there is times when you can't.
Yes, of course. Like, I get it.
But yeah, she's very direct with them. But I think that also comes back to the parenting style of the people who raised her. So she's already a better parent
than ride a bike, kid.
What's that?
I said get someone else to teach you how to ride a bike, kiddo.
Yeah.
The Baldwins are not good at it.
Not Grampy. Don't get him to do it.
Right.
But anyway. Yeah, so this was a nice little scene, I guess, for the most part.
He runs off, goes back to
and cries. And
grandma.
Goes to grandma. It'll be okay, little one. It'll be okay. And she's like, I'm going to kill you.
She does not like Kelly.
No, she's never liked Kelly.
I feel like rightfully so at this moment.
Yeah, which makes perfect sense. So now we're back over at Helios. And Aleda is... did I get it right, Aleda? Yeah.
Aleda, yeah, got it.
There you go. I got it right finally. Only took half.
And then douchebag McGee comes in.
Douchebag McGee. I like that.
Could they not have made this guy more unlikable? Like,
it was an impressive performance.
Like, what was the casting call on this? Can you be an absolute douchebag? If so, we need you.
Yeah, he does it in like 3 lines. It's amazing.
Yeah, I can't even remember what he says too. I just remember being angry about it.
He's just like. He calls her Lida.
He calls her Lida first. Yeah.
He asks her why she hasn't done all this work she doesn't know she's supposed to be doing yet.
Right.
All kinds of things like that.
He's basically clearly middle management. That's just how they roll. And he also has that. If you look at his belt, that tells you everything. You can always judge a man by his belt. All right. And that's one of those braided leather belts. It's garbage.
Trash belt and the no tie corporate.
What kind of belt do you wear? I'm curious now.
I actually wear. I won't show you right now, but
show us, Jody. Show us your belt.
No, because then you have to see my belly, and nobody wants to see that. But anyway, I normally wear a nice non-studded full leather belt. And if I'm not wearing that, then I'm wearing a military paramilitary type click belt, depending on what I'm.
It was almost as exciting as the talking about the polo shirts.
Thank you. I enjoyed that. And we will now conclude belt talk with Jody.
This is this guy's uniform, so this is fair game.
Yeah, this is fair game. The shirt's okay. That's it.
My problem with him was not his wardrobe; it was more the way he acted. But
you already know he's a douchebag just by looking at that belt.
No, for sure.
But anyway, so yeah, we have this interaction. He's a doofus. Whatever. Let's move on. All right, back at Happy Valley, and we see Miles is getting the home tour from the new house that his soon-to-be ex-wife, I'm guessing.
Well, she's hoping not to that. She's hoping like, all this money you sent us, now they can get their own place. Both of their daughters can have their own bedrooms. Like it's a big deal.
It's fantastic. And she still is like, yeah, but you ain't getting none. And he's kind of a doofus, but anyway, whatever.
She shouldn't get used to the money either. He's going to get caught.
Oh, yeah, I know for sure. But anyway, you see the kids running around a house as a kid would, and
and she's like, and this could be our bedroom when you come home.
This could be our bedroom, but it's my bedroom right now. And,
right?
Yeah, sucks to be you.
But it seems like everything is based on his ability to make money for their family. That's like,
She's
yeah. I ain't saying she's a gold digger,
right?
But she digging.
And he's like, well, maybe, and he seems to be developing feelings for Sam, so maybe that's where this is going. But then speaking of
Sam, there she is. I can't remember what her.
Well, she got assigned to the spaceship mission.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yeah.
Which she's kind of excited and not at the same time.
Yeah, she's clearly.
She did see her
divided,
get killed by a cable.
Yes, she's like, oh my god, is there cables? Because if so, I'm not going. But anyway, so they have a little bit of a talk. I can't remember the whole situation here.
Well, he thinks at first she didn't get it. She's upset because she didn't get it, but
that's right. Yes.
I'm upset because I did get it. And how everyone wants it, and she came out here to do this kind of thing more than she came out here to be like I don't know, just like a worker bee or whatever.
Yeah, this is kind of what she wanted, but now she's like, well, how can I do this? I've seen so many nasty things. So it's
right.
That would traumatize you, I think.
Yeah, the risk would definitely go through your head for sure.
Oh, 100,000 times. Yeah. Yeah. And even him, like, you can kind of see on his face, he's sympathetic towards it. They got quite a stash going here though. Like, look at all this stuff. Like, you got some toothbrushes. What is that over there?
Deodorant. You got tampons. All kinds of things.
Big commodities. You would think if you have women on this damn space station, like, why wouldn't you have an endless amount of supply of those things? Like,
yeah, what is that?
What is that?
Y'all, the white box with the black exclamation point is a very 90s perfume called Exclamation. And in the 90s, you were either an exclamation girl or you were a tribe girl.
Who were you?
Tribe girl. Oh. All the way.
Tribe Called Quest. Here we go.
Nothing. I like the tribe. Anyway, they're going through the loot that just came in. He picks out. It
was like a hot sauce, but it was wrapped up in like a newspaper. But then he pulls out the newspaper, and then
and he sees the newspaper is.
And this is how he figures out Miles is screwing him. Miles is running the jewelry.
I was like, wait a second. I'm not getting any of this.
I told him no. I told him I don't want to do this.
I think that's the bigger thing here. Is he told him no, not so much the money.
Yeah.
Look at how much that choker costs.
Oh, that's a lot of heat to have that.
Yeah, he knows it.
He's also not supposed to be smuggling these back, and they're taking out ads for Mars jewelry. Like, he's going to get caught.
100%.
You're a jackass. So anyway, we now see Dev, and he's driving a McLaren, which would be pretty fitting for him, I think. And he's at the Kenyan Community Center, which is an outreach center, apparently. And they're only now just putting up the welcome sign. But people are already there, so I don't understand what that's going on there. But anyway, they're obviously getting rid of some sort of festivity or whatnot. And we turn out we get to meet Dev's mom. This is mom. I don't know what her name was.
Mrs. Dev's mom. Dev's mom.
Dev's mom. All right, Dev's mom it is. All right, and he's like, "Hi, Dev's mom. I'm Dev."
Yeah, anyway. Like he's so cold towards her, right? Like, and you feel
he's cold to everybody though. Like but she clearly is a very loving woman. But I'm not totally sure she's not a little bad as well. Like,
yeah,
but he's only ever brought up his dad. He's never even like mentioned his mother.
Yeah. We didn't even know she was alive until just now.
Yeah, and then we just get this scene with his mom, and we're like, oh, okay. How's this gonna go? Not well.
But I'll tell you right now, I'm willing to bet that the food there is amazing.
He didn't want it.
She doesn't deserve any of this. He's blaming mom because blaming mom is fucking easy.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And he idolized his dad, and there's this whole thing with them splitting up
because his dad was the same as him, basically. But we get this little kind of moment where he's like, oh,
Well, he's here to
Mars.
say goodbye, basically. He's here because he's like, I'm going to Mars, and he doesn't feel like he's coming back, even though it's not like he's old or something. He's like, I don't know why, but he's got that mindset. But
he's got to be like early 40s at this point, isn't he?
At most,
it's more that she might, by the time he comes back, she
might be dead by the time he comes back. I think kind of. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, doesn't he say, "I'm not coming back"?
Yeah.
He
does
say, he's never coming back.
Yeah, so maybe his destination Mars is his final destination. But anyway, here's my card that is absolutely god awful. Like, who does a business card like that? That's just it looks like a parking ticket.
She doesn't like it.
Like, you go to the hospital and you get that parking ticket that you have to put back in the machine later. That's what that looks like. And she's like, yeah, I don't need your fucking card. I don't need your money. Yeah. Piss off.
Nice like, I want a Kenyan food over here.
Yeah. He doesn't want her food and she doesn't want his money.
Yep.
So, and then she was like, can we just part as friends? And she goes, you're not my friend. You're my son. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you moron. But anyway, everybody else is having a good time there, though.
Yeah.
And now she's not, so he came and ruined her day.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we're now back at NASA, the famous Molly Cobb Space Center. Mm-hmm. And of course, we have him now talking to the Russians. And
who are pissed off about Al Gore, basically.
Oh, yeah, they're pissed off about Al Gore. But furthermore, they're also worried about the fact that, their entire uranium market is going to go completely down.
I love every one of their conversations.
She's so much better than
runs him over every time.
And she doesn't even look like she's doing it either, which makes it even better.
She's like, if you want me back at the table, you're gonna have to have a conference. And he was like, I got a neutral location. She's like, no, I don't think so.
We're gonna do it. It's gonna be Russia.
Yeah, let's come to Russia.
She's just running the space agency in Russia. That's right.
Yeah, right.
She's
from KGB,
but she's not in the government.
Yeah,
she's not in the government. Like, she's not.
Well, I think she might have.
I think everybody's the government.
I think she has some direct connection to the president. I don't know if she's in the I don't know how the Russian system works well enough to know how that.
I don't either. Yeah,
but
it's assumed she's a government worker still, technically. But anyway, and of course, there's those sweat beads again. Always in the same spot too. Are we sure that's not just acne?
Yeah, I think it's just acne. Yeah,
it might just be acne. Yeah, they look like they're in the exact same spots. And they just reuse the footage. Enhance. Well, I can probably enhance. I don't know.
It's okay. We'll move on.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Don't do that to him.
I'm still undecided. I don't know. So anyway, but we'll deal with that when we deal with it. All right. Anyway, let's bring this back up here. All right. So anyway, she's like, yeah, no, we're gonna have a conference and it's gonna be in Russia. And he's like, well, how about a neutral place? And she's like, yeah, no, Russia's good.
No.
No, how about no?
How about fuck you? That's why.
He just caves immediately every time.
Oh, that's good.
There's like no backbone on this guy.
She's like the Joe Pesci.
Yeah. It really is. Next, we see one of Aleda's kids, and Aleda's making out with her dude. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, that's gross. And she uses the same line that I use every single time, which is, you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for that. Mm-hmm. So there you go. And then her phone rings, which seems to be some sort of brick phone from about 2003. So clearly some technology does not age well here. Mm-hmm. But anyway, and the phone is entirely blue. The screen, I don't get that, but anyway. So she ends up finding out, oh, well, what was this? This was.
Well, this is like you're going to this Russian conference that
you're going to this conference. Pack well, it's in Russia.
Yeah, you're going to Russia next week. She's been to the moon. I guess going to Russia is not like a huge.
Yeah, it's not nearly.
Yeah,
as
but
far.
you know who's in Russia?
Oh, right.
Margot.
Yeah, but she doesn't know. She doesn't know she's
right.
there.
Oh, this is something to look forward to.
We're setting up a potential, Aleda Margot reunion.
So I know some of you guys probably know how this is going to go. What I want happen here is I want her to show up in Russia. She runs into Margot and just punches her square in the face. If she does that, this woman now wins best character on the show.
I mean, if anybody's going to, it's going to be Aleda.
Probably.
What if she doesn't punch her in the face?
If she doesn't punch her in the face, I'm not happy about it.
She'll start crying. She'll go into her room and have like a big fit around it, and she won't even notice. She'll notice her across the room, and then
she'll double take.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that it's okay to have a big fit about your presumed dead mentor cosplaying as a Russian.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying that she's not justified.
She carried this trauma of thinking Margot was killed in that explosion and everything else for like 8 years. And so.
Yeah, and her, I guess realistically, Margot was her friend as well.
A mentor is like a good way of saying it. Like almost like a parent in some ways.
Yes.
A negligent parent, maybe.
It also parallels the betrayal of season 1 of Margot and Von Braun.
Yeah,
right.
Margot has been nothing but a disappointment to Aleda, right?
Yeah,
exactly. So anyway, we're now with Kelly, and she's watching her son sleep, and she's like, "Oh, I always love you." But this is where she's kind of debating whether or not she can bring him with her.
He loves space. Like, if he didn't love space, would this have gone differently? Would she been like, he's more into, I don't know.
Like if he had like Flintstones bed sheets.
He's into Cub Scouts. I don't know.
I mean, he should love space. He is from there.
Yes, that's true. He's the only human born in outer space, right? So
the question is, like, what does his birth certificate say?
Space.
Well, it was probably
top of the rocket.
Top of the rocket, space.
No, it's going to be like it's still an American craft, so he's born in America.
It's like you're born at sea, sort of, Yeah.
International water.
Yeah, I guess. So anyway, he's got a very good representation of a universe made out of pom-poms. So I think
not to scale, but
Yeah, it's close. It's not.
That's Bush League.
Except Mars is bigger than Earth, so I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, and she looks around and she's like, "Oh wait, he's into space. This might be a good idea." So, oh look, and there's another one. Like, does he? Is this all he does? Is just make solar system pictures?
This is what he's into.
This is it, eh? All right, fair enough. And of course, he's got the model rockets there and all that. And he's got moon phase.
His grandfather's ship, like from season 2, right? What was that?
I'm glad that they put one of these. Yeah. Oh yeah, it would be. Yeah. But I'm glad that they got this that one of those jelly light things, because like back in like the early 2000s they were pretty big, and they also burned down a lot of houses. So that's always handy. All right. So anyway, we go and we see her, pulling up all of her old MP4s. And of course, one of them is Karen, telling her how awesome she is and she can do anything.
She'll be a great mom, and I already bought like the crib. And when you come home,
about all this, which is
sad. It was really sad. I thought
it was sad. Absolutely,
it was. Yeah.
I still don't care about Karen, but it was sad.
Kelly cared about her. That's the point of the scene.
Yeah, supposedly.
I don't understand how she got to the end of that and was like, you know what, I'm bringing him with me instead of like maybe I shouldn't go. That's the part that I don't get. I don't know how you guys felt, but that's how I felt.
You know what I was actually more focused on in this entire scene was how much of a psychopath she is with her desktop, because she has like data, she's got charts, records 0 to 4, and records 5 to 9. Okay, and then she has a documents folder, and then on the other side she has saved files.
Saved files. I know.
She is a bloody psychopath. Absolute
I agree, Jody,
psychopath.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she even has them in folders and she just doesn't have rando PDFs scattered all across the desktop.
Well, if she did, then it would be more believable, because the amount of people's desktop I see in a day, it's very common.
Yeah.
And 8 copies of the same shortcut and all that.
But anyway. What shirts were they wearing?
What's that?
Uniforms matter.
I'm not even the one bringing it up, so
I know.
Anyway, this was a great screen cap. This was
she kisses the.
Anyway, and then we get epic cry face.
That was your best performance, I thought, on the show. Was that?
You know what?
I agree.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, and she can't react with the actor in real time, right? So she has to react to this video. So
she's just reacting to a video. Yeah. So and we see the tension still brewing here between these two.
This is Detective Danielle.
Yeah, she's now watching him to see if she can see this tremor thing going on. And then she, of course, gets a video from her husband.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's her husband, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember what he says.
I think he's saying that like their son, like or her stepson, is getting married and she can't be there and all that. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, which obviously is depressing her as well. He's actually been in a lot of stuff, that actor, but I can't remember his name. But anyway, yeah, Danny's still happy to see him. Still gets a bit of a smile, but then she goes back to normal grumpy face Danny. And
she goes to reply here, and then she starts this happy message, but she can't bring herself to finish it.
Yeah. I also want to point out the fact that this interface is absolutely horrid as well. Who puts a reply and a delete button like that close together? That's a UI. Yeah. That's a nightmare. They're gonna just accidentally delete a whole bunch of these communications for no reason.
Put archive in the middle. Don't put delete.
Yeah, you put archive in there. Worst case, you send it to your archive. And if you're meaning to delete something and it goes in your archive, it doesn't matter because you're never gonna look at it again anyway. So it doesn't matter. So anyway, and then she's got the video that she's starting to make, and she tries to be happy about it, but she's like, "Yeah, no, I can't do this. Maybe I can. No, I can't. Maybe I can. No, I can't." All right. Anyway, so we do that. And she's just looking out the window. But she's really not looking at the window.
Which triggers, this is the next flashback, right? This
is the next flashback where we see the buried Hab. And
they're all out of food here at Happy Valley.
Yeah, and this is like they all look grim. Like they look really well done here.
Yeah, they're all walking around weak and they're all...
Yeah, like even the doctor's looking shitty. Like some
of them are on IVs. We see,
they're now on IVs and stuff, and she's still having this. And this is now a representation of the last time he's getting any food, and it doesn't look like he's getting a lot.
One last meal.
I think she's thrown in a blanket, maybe, but that's about it. And Ed's like, "Oh, blah 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 blah." And he's like, "Well, can I come?"
No, he offers to come because she's like, "I'm gonna have to tell him this is lots of food." I think it's like at this point you gotta you're not gonna leave him out there just to have no food. Like it's even worse.
I think they would have. I think they would have.
I think that was the whole plan. I think this was the final goodbye, and you're gonna die now.
I don't think they wanted him to die. Like it's just
no, I don't think they did, but I think that there was no real choice here, right?
There's always
that suit is so terrible. But anyway,
Ed's or Danielle's?
Ed's. Oh. Danielle's is stupid because of that stupid ring thing that they keep putting on there that clearly isn't locking anything. But anyway, so this thing's like super buried, eh? You'd think they would have unburied it by now at least. But anyway, and they look over and they're like, "Oh wait, Danny's outside." And she's like, "Oh, I guess I'll go talk to him." Yep.
They try to get him on a...
Nope, he dead. No more problems. Psychopath's gone. Don't worry about it.
It kind of reminded me when they found Gordo and Tracy dead in like the hatch there, almost the parallels of
Yeah, and I think this is actually more menacing if it's menacing for anybody, it's probably Ed. Because like this is a kid he's known all of his life. All of Danny's life. Anyway.
He was his best friend's son. He was like the cute.
So he's now lost
his wife's lover.
His wife. That doesn't know about
his lover. It would have been diabolical though if Danny had gone out there and sat down and left a note taped to his chest and said, "I fucked Karen."
Yeah,
that'd have been amazing.
Ed would have had the same expression.
Danny's like, "Ah, shit, I forgot my notepad."
But yeah. But this is this was such a sad scene, for me. Like, and I've had some time, I guess, to get over the Danny shenanigans. Maybe that's why they do this here. But
but I don't know. I think this is misplaced. I think this should have been I think it was who was it? I think it was Adam that said it. This should have been earlier. Like this shouldn't have been.
They got to this point. Yeah.
Like we're halfway through the season minimum, and at this point they only just tell us what's going on with him. So it's like, doesn't make much sense. But anyway, so we go and we see Dev, and he's staring out his office, being rich, and upset. And we don't actually see his face, which I think is really
the whole scene. Yeah, he never.
This whole scene is a really cool way of doing it. Like we do see his face, but you don't see it originally, so you don't know what he's doing. He's just doing his normal, coy. I'm not going to look at you. I'm just going to talk things. And she's like, "Do you have a minute? Can I talk to you?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay." And she's like, yeah, no, the other way I'm going to go is if I can bring my son. And, you know, I know that's not really a great thing to do, but can we do it? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, no, he's welcome. He can come.
He's like, I get
But
it. Yeah.
he doesn't even turn his face. And we now know why he doesn't. And the reason is because dude is crushed.
Yeah.
He's finally showing some sort of emotion that isn't corporate takeover or, you know, being rich and money.
Why is he crushed? Why is he crushed?
I think because this thing with his mom and like he I don't know, he doesn't know what
His
he
mom
wants
didn't
in
give a
life.
shit.
I don't think like this is the thing about rich people too, is that like they've statistically proven that they're not happier because they're rich, you know. And I think like
Money
he
doesn't make you happy.
he has all this
It's temporary.
accomplishments, he has all this wealth. He got back at those people who got him out, and he's still not fulfilled. He's still not.
Yeah, he's still
you know,
yearning
chasing something.
for something. Yeah,
He doesn't seem to know what it is, other than ambition and greatness. And
well, and I thought by the time we got to this point, I thought, well, maybe Kelly's gonna actually see this in him, but he doesn't turn around, so she doesn't actually know what's going on. And she's just like, oh, okay, that's great. I guess I'll go pack. And he's like, yeah, okay, good. Bye. But anyway,
the way that I read that scene is that he's obviously upset because of everything that happened with his mother. And then Kelly comes in and says, I'm not going to Mars without my son.
Yeah,
And
which
he's
just
like-
further.
He's like, I'm going to Mars. Then his mom's like, okay, well, you could do stuff on Earth anyway. Bye.
Yeah.
right, and he feels like his mother abandoned him, even though she really didn't. But like that's how he feels about it. And
also
But we
made
also
him
don't know what his
unimpressed.
dad was telling him the whole time either, right? So
He also blames his mother for making his father depressed.
yes,
right,
Yeah.
That's that's
making him work as a taxi driver or
yeah,
whatever.
that's a big one. Yeah, that's big. So anyway, we're
Like
back
you
at Happy
said,
Valley.
Dave, real easy, or maybe it was Kevin. Real easy to blame mommy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, it's always easy to blame mommy, right? Yeah,
Which is what Elena told Kelly earlier. You're gonna blame your parent. You're gonna have this issue with your parents no matter what.
yeah, exactly. So we see we
Ilya.
see Grifter guy. He's counting his cash, and Miles shows up with the take. He just drops it down in front of him. Dude just cuts it, gives him back a certain amount, and he's like, "Don't you want to count it?" He's like, "No, I don't need to count it."
Trust, yeah,
But
but
it's
this is
because he's also filthy fucking rich now because of
Yeah.
all this jewelry that
Yeah.
he's bringing in. And he's like, he knows it. But he's like, well, why don't we have a drink? You know, so they have a
Mhm.
drink. And I can't remember the conversation after this point, but
well,
He
I
They
doesn't
think
don't really
touch him
talk.
yet,
they
right?
just cheers and
right.
drink
Oh,
and look
okay,
at
yeah,
each other
that's what I thought.
ominously.
And Ilya looks at him very suspiciously, and Miles is kind of oblivious. Is kind of like the main thing.
well,
Yep.
Miles is pretty much oblivious to most things. So anyway, he's dead eyeing him too. Like he didn't even take his eyes off, and Miles is like, "Oh yeah, I'm kicking this back." And
Miles is not necessarily the sharpest knife in the drawer.
no,
if you
he
know what
is
I mean.
definitely not. So anyway, you see Ed's walking down the corridor, and he's like, "Yep, where's Danny?"
Like once he sees that his door is open here, because these are his quarters, right?
Oh, that's right, it's his
Yeah.
quarters. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
these
she's
are his
hanging out
quarters.
in it. Yeah,
And he's like, "Who's hanging out in my room?" And this is like, he just knows this can't be good.
yeah, and Danny's just like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to rip your flight status, because you're crazy, and
You're hiding
that
the
hand.
tremors and
You're
everything
hiding
else.
the Trev. Yeah, you're also a big pothead too, but that doesn't come up. But anyway,
Dave, you should get her fuck you as a drop. It is excellent.
I should. I almost did. But I normally don't pick up drops.
I think you
off
should
this,
go
but-
back and grab that. and
Yeah.
then that way we have it for the future.
Yeah, it's when he says to her, "Why don't you give me a Bible to read or something?"
Yeah.
And because he's like,
Yes,
What are you gonna do? Exile me in a
it was a
pod?
Korean pod or whatever, and then she just like for a second she's like, "What the fuck?" And then she like loses it, and then
She's like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
even had to do this if it wasn't for you, you jackass,
Yeah.
basically. But she's
I've
obviously
been
saying,
covering for you, making up for all your shit for 30 years.
yeah,
you
I've
know?
taken your shit for 30 years and I'm done, basically. Which I think she has every right to. I
Mhm.
think.
Oh, yeah,
a
then
lot
some.
of times he
Yes, it's been
he
a
has
long
definitely
time coming.
abused this relationship.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
big
like,
time.
And now
hardcore.
Ed's probably gonna lead the revolt against her, right?
Right.
The Helios
Uh,
people.
yes, yeah, that's
He's
my-
gonna
Yeah.
be a union man.
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus!
Roar!
It's gonna be quite the turn.
This is when Ed decided he was going to try out to be Wolverine. And Danny's like, "You ain't no Wolverine, jackass." And he's like, "Oh, I want to be Wolverine." And she's like, "You can't be Wolverine."
Yeah, it's coming up here when he finally says, "Why don't you say?" This is what he says, like, "Send me out to the North Korean pod with a Bible or whatever."
Yeah,
He knew that would get to her too.
And then here he
yeah, but
is.
he's a digger. He always has been,
Yeah.
right? So he always digs at people. Oh yeah,
Always
Here it is.
her. Always her. More
It's
than
always her.
any.
Oh yeah, he abuses the shit.
Like, remember when she got like the mission to Mars, and he's, he was like, "Oh, it's because you're black or a woman or whatever,"
Yeah,
and
woman and you're black,
yeah, and she was like, "Fuck you," right? But
she's like, "No,
she didn't give it to him enough back then,
No, and that's the problem is she's been taking all this and penting it out, and then eventually she snaps, right? Oh, and this is where the rage kicks in. She's like, "I could be a better Wolverine than you."
Yeah, and then he's just like, "There it is."
And she's like, now I'm the guy from Scream, and now I'm Wolverine again. And he's like, "Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad Wolverine." He's like, "Yeah, you're right." And he's like, "But look at my face." Yeah, but anyway, no, that's not obviously what.
So she relieves him not just of flight status, but of everything.
Of everything. He's now no longer. He's
no longer XO.
He's literally just a guest now.
He's gonna go hang out with Miles and Ilya, and
she's like, you can go hang out and drink yourself to death, you asshole.
And she is going to banish him to a pod. It's called Earth. Get the fuck off of Mars.
He's like, I don't want to go back to Earth.
You're a saddle man who should have went back to
Kelly's
Earth
gonna
a long
make me
time ago.
babysit all the time.
Kelly's on her way here with his grandson at the
He
moment.
doesn't know that yet, though.
Can he even live on Earth? Like, can he go back?
I really doubt it. Like, I think that if he tried to go back to Earth, he'd probably die. I think in reality, after this much
probably
time,
die on the way there. Look how fucking old he is.
but the gravity,
It's only a month though, Kevin.
the gravity on Earth would likely crush his chest and like.
It's only a month. He's 300 years old. He's not gonna
like the dude is obviously aged, but I don't think in the next month he's gonna drop dead.
Yeah, but what's causing that tremor? Like, he's got some issues going on here.
Right.
Yeah.
the thing is, like, he still looks like Joel Kinnaman, and so he still looks somewhat good. He should look like current day Clint Eastwood.
Well, that's who plays him in movies, but you know.
Exactly. But anyway, the last scene is obviously her walking away in a rage, and him just standing there in silence. And then we obviously get the end credits.
And Nicholas
But
Fuentes.
the last thing he does is threaten her.
I think it's a different Nick.
That's a different one, yeah.
That's a different.
That's right. He does threaten her. I don't
Yep.
remember exactly what he says, but like, you don't want to do something you're going to regret or something
That's
like
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a very clear threat.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what is even more threatening in my opinion?
Fun facts.
Fun facts when we don't have any. So let's get some then, shall we?
Fun facts without sexy fun facts without
All right, let's go, guys. Let's talk about iridium. This is gonna
Make
be
it
real
sexy.
fun.
Show me sexy, Adam.
Okay, so iridium, Jody.
Yes, I'm aware of it.
Let me talk about iridium. It's used in the
tell me about
aerospace.
it. Preach iridium.
Okay, let me talk.
I'm trying.
Are you? Oh, jeez.
You shut your mouth then. That's how you let me talk. Okay.
All right.
Holy. Okay.
I'm ready now.
This is what we get when we get him to run the podcast for an hour. He's drunk on his own power here. All right, let him go.
I'm ready now.
Okay, good. So iridium is used in the aerospace sector today. Its durability, resistance to corrosion, fulfills the requirements for turbine engine components and satellite propulsion. In electrics and telecommunication, it offers low electrical resistance that ensures stable signal conduction, and it's also used in chemical reactions because it really controls the reaction. So let's talk about the five most common uses today. Spark plugs. It's got a high melting point.
Well, is it going to make a huge difference in space travel? That's what I'm trying to understand with it.
I think actually, Dave, it's going to be the how much is coming.
Mm-hmm. Like if you had more of it, like I guess I'm trying to understand what's possible with that. Much more.
Well, I think that the cost of building a spaceship would come way down.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right.
You know,
Well, and the spark plugs in those ships must be insane.
Yeah,
I don't think they run off spark plugs. Like they probably
Something has to ignite them.
somebody has to unite the fume. I don't know, but anyway, they also build laboratory crucibles today with it. A lot of electrical contacts and cancer treatment. It's used in the for radioactive isotopes in cancer treatment,
like chemo and stuff.
Yep.
Oh wow!
And then finally, it's used today in spacecraft and satellites. But the problem is there isn't enough. So I think the big excitement here is that you've got this massive amount of iridium coming to the planet that they can start using en masse and get prices down.
They'd be giving out spaceships like Oprah.
You
get a ship. You get a ship. You get a ship.
All right. So we're digging for some fun facts tonight, but Jody brought up the belt, and I was curious. So here's what the black leather belt represents. It's associated with formal attire. It can suggest a down-to-earth, reliable, stoic character. Maybe a little boring. Okay.
Jody's pointed at himself. Yeah.
A brown suede belt. It's a trendy alternative to black leather. It can show an edge. It's an edge by buckling enough formality while staying on the sophisticated side. Flashing buckles. A flashy belt can indicate an extravagant person, while a simpler belt can tag you as a simpler person.
So this guy was wearing like a braided leather belt, which indicates a douchebag.
Yes.
Yeah, he bought it at like some like flea market for sure.
So here it is. Here, this was actually thought through. A woven belt can make you a little try hard.
A try hard.
Yeah.
All right.
It can look great, but it's an accessory that carries with it weights of judgment. There you go, Heather.
Well, we certainly did judge him.
I judged.
Yeah,
him,
I've never
sure.
seen one that looked stylish or good in any way.
Never.
No.
For the natural habitat of the woven belt, that of a Monaco-moored mega yachts in the modern malls of Dubai, all bolt holes of the rich and wealthy. So pull on a woven belt at your own peril. It'll pair perfectly with your lightweight threads all summer long. But be mindful of how openly you flaunt it, because like tassel loafers and no socks, it can look a little try-hard. There you go.
Yeah, it's not for me.
I don't wear loafers because I don't wear socks normally because I hate socks. But yeah,
okay.
So I'm glad I don't have loafers.
And then one more comment. You're talking about the Europa as a place for potential Earth. It's not being potential Earth, potential life.
Yeah.
Why? Well, it has a subsurface ocean, believed to be under the ice, and possibly could have some life. It has all the ingredients for life to grow. So it has water, it has energy source, and it has carbon-based molecules.
Yes.
And finally, it still has geological activity, so it's alive. The planet is not dead.
Yeah, it's what's interesting about Europa is like its orbit around Jupiter makes it so that it's constantly like expanding and contracting, right? So even though it's ice all on the outside, in the inside it's liquid water because the core is basically like moving in and out, and there's all this friction. And
it means the core still has a magnetic, and
it has a magnetic field too, which protects it from radiation. It's like it's got a lot of the things that would potentially work there. And they see like potentially methane coming out from like geysers at the surface. Yeah. So like there's a lot of
but it would also be cold as hell there.
Right, but like we know, like think about all the cold like oceans and how animals can survive there, right? Like
yeah. Everything will be ugly there though. Just like in our oceans.
Yes, there will be some gnarly looking alien life, but that would be cool, right?
I guess.
And then finally, we talked about Alex being sort of a space kid. One of the models he's playing with is from Fireball XL5 from 1962. I don't even know what that is.
I think that was a movie.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that reference, but yeah. Good on Alex. Is that your end of fun facts, Adam?
Yeah, there's not a lot of fun facts on this show.
End of sexy fun facts. Now to ratings. There you go. Good segue.
All right. Well, let's bring up our ratings and put a rating on this episode. Anybody want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
I'm going to give this a 6.5. It was better than last week, better than the week before it, better than the week before that, and even better than the start. However, it was slow.
Okay. Adam.
Yeah, I would totally agree. I liked it better than last week, but even just rehashing it tonight really showed how slow this was for me. And I would have much enjoyed that whole Danny scene 2 or 3 episodes ago. So I'm giving this a 7.5, 7.2.
7.2. Okay. I like the episode a fair bit. Although I agree its pacing could be a little faster. I feel like there's some scenes that just linger too long. So I feel like they could have trimmed this down to 40 something minutes maybe, but I'm going up as high as 8 on this one. I think it's pretty solid.
Now,
I'm right
Kevin,
there with you. 8.
Kevin, you gave your rating at the top of the show. So Dave, I hope you know how to spell.
Not quite. But
so Kevin gave this an 8 as well.
No. Only for finding the fucking asteroid and that being like the main thing. This is an 8 for me. It's good.
Heather?
7.5. Same. I liked it better than last week, but it was a bit slow. There were some good scenes. There was some good stuff happening.
You know, another thing that really bothers me right now is Miles. This whole Miles storyline. Like, what are they going to do with it?
Well,
I really don't care.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for us
like
to.
If they went with the actual smuggling of people up to Mars, I think that would be interesting. If he's
absolutely
that,
instead of bringing these rocks back, maybe he smuggles this guy's wife and fails and do anything other than what you're doing.
Other than the exact same thing that he's been doing.
But since they introduced this guy, he hasn't done anything.
No.
Interesting.
No.
He almost got himself killed.
Yes.
Yeah, but that happens to a lot.
And that wasn't even interesting.
It would have been better.
Wasn't even
maybe he's going to have a coup against his boss there and take over the whole smuggling,
Well, I think there's some people here that might already know that answer.
Oh, yeah, we can't tell you. Jeff, what's your rating?
9.5.
9.5. There you go. Wow, Joe.
9.5.
This episode had everything I want. It had
the deadpan space.
Yeah.
All right.
It answered questions.
Well, we now know who wrecked this episode's rating.
I don't know, I think it's good that Jeff likes it. He often doesn't like things, so this is.
Often doesn't like things.
I'm often salty.
Yeah, so
a little sugar.
Just a bit of the salty,
right? And accept it. Yeah, this has a 7.5 on IMDb, so it's kind of just very all the ratings for this season are very much the same. So on that platform, we've been slightly below that. In these episodes, we've been more in the 6s, but this has a 7.8 average, mostly being brought down by Jody. So,
not down by me. How about brought up by Jeff?
Well, but both are true. So, that is our rating for the episode.
Can't be mad at him though. He's a champion.
And looking forward to the next episode, episode 6 for this season. It is called Leningrad, leading to where that conference is going to take place about the asteroid and potentially an Aleda Margot reunion. On the horizon here.
I hope so, and I hope she punches her.
Yeah.
If she doesn't punch her, it's a total missed opportunity. I'm just saying right now.
I was right about Aleda all along.
What's that?
If she doesn't punch her, was I right about Aleda all along, or?
If she doesn't punch her, yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Aleda will go back into my shit book again.
What if she gives her a stern talking to?
It depends on how stern it is, I guess. We'll have to
what are they wearing while she's giving her a stern talking to?
You think
nothing but woven belts?
Yeah, if she just has an outfit made out of woven leather belts that she got from a flea market somewhere.
Some Mars jewelry, maybe.
Star City.
And Mars jewelry, yeah. She owns that necklace that was worth, what was it, 10,000 or something?
Yeah.
Another thing that might be kind of good is Margot goes, "Get me the hell out of this damn country!" Somehow.
And then they smuggle her to Mars with Miles.
That's right. And the North Korean wife.
And she freezes in the cargo hold.
They only blew off in front of her and splattered the blood and bone all over her face. They're like, "Come work for us. This is a great job." So anyway, also on our Star Trek Next Generation reviews, sometimes Tuesdays, sometimes Thursdays. This week it's Tuesday. We'll be on tomorrow. It's season 3, episode 13, Deja Q, where Q gets his powers taken from him. And I'll be on with Heather, Jody, and Marcel.
This is Naked Q, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Naked Q.
Yeah.
This episode's so fun. Can't wait to talk about it.
Corbin Birdson, everybody, yeah.
And who's joining us, Dave?
Marcel,
my
old college friend.
Oh yes, okay, yeah.
And also on Wednesday, we are almost done Survivor season 49 on the Super Mario Brothers podcast. Check it out Wednesday night. It's the penultimate episode for the season. The die is cast as we're into our final 6. So exciting. Jeff, your team's been eliminated.
Okay, this is the only season of Survivor I've never watched. So
like, you could use like a tag, like, it could be worse. You could be watching the Star Trek Academy trailer.
Star Academy. Speaking of which, I do want to, there's now a Starfleet Academy trailer. There's a whole 4-minute scene that's been released today.
Oh yes.
I do want to get some reactions down. So
ready, Dave? I'm good this weekend until Friday.
Yeah, let's fit it in some. Maybe I don't know. We'll do it.
I can't wait to see what Adam says.
I haven't seen any of it.
Oh, good.
Okay.
No, me neither. Depending on
did you like Discovery?
as well.
Okay.
Did you like?
Let's
Discovery?
not get into this right now. You know I like Discovery.
Oh no, that's
also
fine.
We're almost at 2 hours on the podcast. So
No, we are. We're at 1:45, and we had to wait for you.
that's what happens when Jody runs it.
He holds court for 2 hours. That's how it
I
goes.
can't. Yeah, you know what? I have a 2-hour contract here. Gotta fill my time.
She's an hour ahead of us. Remember, if you're in touch with your East Coaster now.
Yes,
Well,
that's
true.
right, Jody. Nova Scotia represent. It's late here.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Fine.
Well,
I
okay.
will
Be silenced.
we'll sign off for tonight. Thanks to Jody for running the slideshow tonight. Appreciate it.
I think you
Interesting
still talk
approach.
more than I did, but anyway.
I tried. I try not to talk, but then I don't. So
So then Jody doesn't know what he's talking about. So then,
All
Okay,
right.
bye, everyone.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise, Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mario Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.